What made him this way? What is the attraction? What keeps us fascinated? This is the story of Chris Chan. On October 4th, 2013, Christian's Facebook friend, William Elliott Waterman, changed his Facebook profile picture. Chris then left a comment, accusing him of making fun of him by allegedly trying to look like him. 2 days later, Chris began showing his support for the video game-related charity, Extra Life, by liking a video concerning their partnership with PlayStation. He soon after published his charity page on the Extra Life website, hoping to raise $200 for UVA Children's Hospital so that he could carry out a 25-hour gaming marathon on November 2nd. Those who successfully raised $200 would receive a special branded t-shirt promoting the cause. On October 11th, Chris complained on Facebook that someone pretending to be him was sending out an email to his contacts, which concerned his alleged troubles in the Philippines after being mugged. He clarified that the message was falsified since he was still in Ruckersville, Virginia. 2 days later, he announced that he had already surpassed his $200 goal for the charity. On the 14th, he reported to his Facebook friends that he developed a squeak in his jaw and self-diagnosed himself with TSJ disorder, which he believed was caused by his mother's constant complaints about her troubled finances and her scabies caused by flies. He also started to consider going back online to meet a woman, one who could save him from his situation. He soon after received an email from Verbeke, a troll posing as his high school classmate. She urged him to go to the doctor about his mother's scabies, which could get a lot more serious due to barbarous age. 2 days later, Christian told her that his doctor confirmed that he had TMJ, and encouraged him to do some jaw exercises and take Tylenol. He seemingly did not mention the scabies situation, and informed Verbeke that his mother had been suffering with the miniature flies for a few years, and had tried a few methods to get rid of them, such as freezing them with ice packs or frozen peas, and manually picking at them. He claimed that the problem was close to being resolved, and that she had gone to doctors before about her situation, leaving them dumbfounded. He also expressed his desire to reestablish contact with his half-brother, Cole Smithy. He addressed his thoughts about returning to online dating by detailing the past failed attempts at meeting women he met over the internet, and then asked her if she was single. "I am a Cinderella and Rapunzel, trapped with the moral obligations and stress of caretaking and guarding of my small family, and often being stuck forcibly due to financial problems and paranoia of the terrible people, causing me nightmares at times with school bus trips resulting in driving off the high freeway edges, flying to dive towards a cliff, water, another road, or whatever. I am troubled emotionally and mentally, and I desperately, but still picky, require my destined. God continues to mock me by not letting me have her in my life or not for long or ever. Sweetheart-to-be to see me long after the eventualities. And if I don't find her soon, I may as well be one of those worthless, lack-of-purpose premature death cases. It all really taunts and hurts me. I just do what I am able to help me and my mother get by one day at a time." Verbeke replied, stating her confusion at calling the causers of the scabies flies, when they are really caused by mites. She advised him against his mother picking at the mites or freezing them, since the only reliable way to get rid of them is through an exterminator. Chris then replied, letting her know that his mother had an ointment for the scabies and had an extensive knowledge of her condition. On October 18th, Chris claimed in a Facebook post that a troll had sent him a Back to the Future themed Lego set as a present, which he greatly appreciated. Kim Wilson did not believe his claim, though he still maintained his story. Soon after, he made another post, this time claiming that he got a figurine of the character Eyebrawl from the video game series Skylanders as a gift. Kim refused to believe him and demanded answers. 1 week later, Chris filmed a video in McDonald's in which he showed off his Lego-built recreation of Manchester High School, which was constructed using multiple different Lego sets. His pastoral counselor, Rocky Shoemaker, acted as the videographer.
"Hello, my name is Christian Weston Chandler, Ruckersville, Virginia, and I'm here to present something very fantastical that I have worked over 30 hours on, from October 18th to October 25th, 2013. This lovely high school. Yeah, and I tell you how I tell you more about this. I was inspired to do this starting from last August when the Friends High School came out. And this thing was built with 8 of these sets, a summer riding camp, Olivia's house, 1 cafe, 2 of Stephanie's dance classes, and then a whole bunch of improvising from my parts. The building of this is dedicated to Manchester High School in Midlothian, Virginia. And which, on that note, I was further inspired for my high school from the My Little Pony Equestria Girls movie. I mean, I tell you, that's a really great movie. Available on Blu-ray, DVD, and digital copy. Anyway, so now we're going to take a tour of the inside of this... What did I just knock over? Oh. Anyway, we're going to go inside the school building. This thing is literally the 3-story height. I gotta move this downward. I need more room. And what is this? Ah, shoot. Anyway, welcome to this high school. We got expensive hallways and staircases. There's the cafeteria. And here's the lunch table. Pretty much which I used to sit with my high school gal pals, Tiffany and Sarah. And I'm always taking my place right there for the moment. Oh, look who we have here. Stonebreaker 10's Zach. That's what she said, douchebag. Flirting with Ashoka. And look, Michelangelo's eating a pizza! And Venus Delilo is practicing her cheerleading moves. There's the principal, the infomaniac from Lego Island. Not in way corresponding or whatever to acting and past principal, Mr. Peter Coste. And there's my dad, negotiating with the principal. Because that's one way to make friends in high school, negotiation. And here is the home economics class. There's the music. And there's the gym. Complete with a treadmill, bunch of yoga mats, a weight machine, two exercise bikes, basketballs, and boyfriend, girlfriend, gym teachers. Yes, the Manchester High School spirit is all the rage around this. Is all the rage around here. And the staircase literally goes up. And now we go up to the second floor. Zoom in on the hallway. Yeah, Bumblebee Prime is monitoring the hallways. Right here we got the computer lab. Somebody printed out something, and the teacher's teaching the class. And here's my original minifigure. Taking the class with other gal pal Miranda right there. And right here, you can call this a study hall or detention, but a certain someone from my more recent years is in detention at the moment. And the English classroom, my mother is teaching it. And they're talking about Abraham Lincoln. 77 years ago. I forget how the rest goes. What are you trying to do? Cheat off your partner for a test? Then we go up to the stairs to the topmost floor, where we have arts and crafts. with the craft making and dressmaking over here, globe making. And then we zoom out for the whole rooftop, where once in a while everybody can have rooftop parties. Tonight, there's a party on the rooftop tonight. And what do you expect? Each of the high school sets came with an owl. Woo! Woo! You. That's who. So anyway, yes, I, Christian Weston Chandler, dedicate the construction of this entire school building to my Manchester High School in Midlothian, Virginia, not to be confused with Manchester, England, or any other high school with the same name within the United States of America. Yep. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
On October 30th, Chris was forwarded an email purportedly written by Chris's close high school gal pal, Sarah Bevel, who was in correspondence with one of his observers. It was later revealed that the email was a trollsome fabrication in order to get Chris to stop bothering his classmates. A lot of us were surprised, even shocked to see how much Christian had changed from the way we remembered him in high school. He was just this awkward, slightly odd, shy kid back then. A lot of the special ed kids got picked on, but, for some reason, Christian seemed to get it much worse than the others. And I let Christian hang out with us, mainly because we felt sorry for him. He sort of latched onto us, like he expected us to protect him. He was like a lost little boy. Sometimes I think he saw us as sort of mother figures, which seems a little creepy now. But Christian seemed harmless enough back then, and we didn't mind him hanging out with us. As far as socializing goes, we didn't really hang with him outside of school, except for the time we went to his 18th birthday party. I'm also really creeped out that he's still obsessed with and he's actively looking for her. She's well aware of this, and she's taken steps to make sure that she's very hard, if not impossible, to find. A lot of people became friends with Christian because of their reunion, and also because a lot of them still felt sorry for him. Some people are having second thoughts though, after seeing that awful picture he drew of his friend. A lot of people stopped feeling sorry for him and started ignoring him after they saw that. I was shocked that he could draw something so gross and depraved. The thumbs up sign really pissed me off for some reason. The whole thing was very sexist, disrespectful, and, above all, damn creepy. Chris went to Facebook in disbelief, posting Sarah's full email, and countered her claims that he was often bullied in high school. He denied ever looking at his gal pals as mother figures, and apologized for his Facebook post not being considered normal. He clarified that he wanted to find Tiffany Gowan because he was lonely and sad and needed closure. He then added that this revelation made him consider committing suicide, but decided against it because of his mother and his dogs, and that a premature death would leave him in limbo in the afterlife. On Halloween, he changed his profile photo to his Lego incarnation in zombie form, since he felt like he was emotionally dead. He also requested that if any of his gal pals wanted to apologize to him, they should come directly to his house and do so in person. On November 4th, Christian returned to Facebook to address his She Came for Quick drawing, which depicted him sexually satisfying Megan. He revealed that he had ripped the picture into little pieces a long time ago and regretted ever drawing it. However, he defended himself by pointing out that many people before him had featured naked people in their artwork. He then fully forgave Megan Schroeder, Michael Snyder, and Mary Lee Walsh for all the wrongs they have made against him. The next day, he uploaded the video tour of his Lego high school on his YouTube account, Quickville Guardian, and revealed that he made it for a competition to get Lego's attention. On November 12th, a supposed Manchester high school classmate sent him an email after watching Chris's 2009 video in which he inadvertently insults the victims of the 9/11 terrorist attacks. He expressed his distaste for the video and demanded that Chris explain himself. He replied, writing that he did not intend to cause any offense in the video, but failed to recollect the specific details behind its intention. He also wrote that he had a lot of missing links in his brain and was still gravely saddened after learning about the supposedly true nature of his friendships in high school. "I am most unable to get any act together because I have some ADD and OCD in my brain. It becomes difficult for me to concentrate one thing for an extended amount of time unless I really think hard about it. I'm not a smoker. I have not had any alcohol in months. I'm on prescribed anxiety and blood pressure medications. My father has been dead. My mother drives me crazy sometimes. I have my responsible obligations at home. I am very lonely. No one outside of my house will give me the time of day or in-person emotional consultation and comfort. And you and everyone else want to judge me based on impulsive stuff I made during the bunch of years I was being bullied in attempts to get even with them, getting the websites down, and so I can find emotional peace, even though there are considered shooting myself in the foot moves. God damn it all! Sent from my iPhone. Stay safe. Christian W. Chandler. On November 19th, he posted a photo of a poem he wrote which attempted to describe his heartaches, and also offered a depiction of the state of his heart. 10 days later, Chris sent Rebecca a brief email wanting to know Sarah Bevel's phone number because his mother Barbara wanted to speak with her concerning her so-called textile abuse against Christian. The next day, he announced on Facebook that the rumors about him and his mother spending Thanksgiving in a soup kitchen were false, and that they spent the day at home. On December 11th, Alec Benson Leary released a recent video in which Chris films a tour of his house. The exact date at which it was recorded and the means of acquiring the video from Christian are uncertain.
What you just seen was the living room that pretty much my mom and I are in. Then what's blocked off the other side? Actually that was the family room in its entirety, both halves, but the second half was blocked. And then the bathroom down here, and it's pretty much the utility room with laundry and back door, which that too is blocked. So freaking cluttered in here in this house. Mr. C, my father, had to have narrow passageways, but they were not this narrow. Anyway, yeah, steps going up to the front door right there, and then more steps going up. Kitchen, very much locked off all over, with the Resident Evil refrigerator right there. I use the term Resident Evil because in Japan, Resident Evil video game is called Biohazard. Yeah, the one I cleaned recently. That's as much of the living room as you can see above this block, which essentially consists of 2 couches, hardly been used. Footway through this narrow hallway. Upstairs bathroom with bathtub and shower. Pretty much hasn't changed since the trolls first saw it. And this is my room, obviously. A lot more cleaner than it is now. A lot more cleaner than the rest of the house, actually, right now. Couch under that pile. I'll make the bed shortly after. Anyway, that's pretty much the inside of the house. I guess I better show you the outside as well. Hoarding mom and dad and everything freaking cluttered. Nice camper. Yep, and we just exit the front of the house to the front yard. And there's an accessible portion of the daylily garden. Essentially in front of the house. Yeah, I think the front yard is more cluttered than the backyard. There's garden shed. Pretty much not using that nowadays. My father liked to spend time in there. Yeah, trees, clearing up the gardens, and driveway. More daily garden patch, vehicles, and we saw the pen in the backyard earlier. Okay, so that's pretty much best of. Oh, actually, there's one room I missed. And behind this door frame is music room. Cluttered in there too. So yeah, I'm not too proud of the state of the house. Okay, so that's pretty much everything right now.
On December 15th, Rebecca sent Chris an email questioning his reasoning behind his high standards for a potential girlfriend. Chris told her that regarding her suggestions of joining a social group, he already tried that. In addition, he felt he could not make the best of reading self-help books or watching self-help videos because he could not concentrate for long enough for him to process all the information and enact changes in his life. You don't have to tell me about the stereotypical, maybe shallow, women and how attractive they are. That only weighs in further into my fear of every woman being taken by some damn male. I have a personal hatred for 99% of the worldwide population of my own gender. I often even find myself disgusted at my own penis, as well as thinking, I wish I was born female with the possibility of being a lesbian, or something like that. I find the males most ugly, offensive, horrendous, crazy, creepy, and all that shit. Most of the damn trolls are damn homosexual males. I really loathe them, especially when they push their damn lifestyle into my face, and even just imagining it makes me throw up. I'm most definitely straight, and I take great offense when anyone dares mislabel me otherwise. It pisses me off! Sarah dared consider me on the mislabel, even back in high school. Ugh! I also often ask myself, in this dead end of a life, in a cluttered house with my mother, without a sweetheart, in over our heads in debt, how is this my life? I don't know why I'm telling you all this. I have a feeling that you are a genuine, caring woman who listens and keeps it confidential. I pray you will not betray me as well by not telling any troll or whoever else any of this, leading towards even more degrading mockery and shit. Sigh. Rebecca and Christian then spent the next few days sharing their hobbies and favorite TV shows. On the 20th, he asked her if she was interested in coming back to Virginia and if she were single. Rebecca did not respond to his suggestions and instead questioned him about his reasons for hating the majority of the male population, especially the gay men. She was disappointed by his stance and mentioned that she broke up with her ex-boyfriend because he was a bigot who insulted her LGBT friends to their faces. He apologized for shocking her and clarified that he could cope with gay men as long as they did not offend him or got too close to him. He blamed the trolls for forcing the gay agenda onto him, which increased his hatred of them, but he felt no offense against lesbians, bisexuals, or transgenders. He expressed his desire to cross-dress more, but resisted because of his mother's objections. He also told her of his need for real friendships to relieve his troubles and misery. On December 16th, Christian listed a collection of 54 pornographic DVDs up for sale on the online marketplace website, Craigslist. He asked for $1,000 in cash and was not open for negotiation or haggling. When he notified Kim Wilson about this, he stated that it was an effort to relieve some of the financial burden the Chandlers were under at the time. She told him that some people might raise concerns over the DVDs containing trace amounts of Chris's semen. Chris denied this. She said that $1,000 was a lot of money and that his porn collection was not worth that much. She encouraged him to try finding a job, possibly with the help of Region 10, a service that could help him realize this goal. In mid-December, Kelly Andes, Chris's high school crush, shared on Facebook his video in which he demonstrates how he would perform oral sex for Jackie, allegedly claiming that she threw up in her mouth while watching it. Later on, Sarah Bevel posted an old leaked photo of Chris wearing his mother's undergarments. These posts are likely to have been created by trolls impersonating his former gal pals. On December 23rd, Christian wrote a Facebook post about Justine Sacco, the former personal relations executive who was internationally shamed for her insensitive tweet. He mentioned that she had previously tweeted about a dream in which she had sex with an autistic kid and boasted about it to his friends and ex-gal pals. However, the original tweet contained the hashtag FML, which is usually designated as a punchline to a story of unfortunate circumstance. Some days later, Chris notified Rebecca that the Chandlers spent a quiet Christmas at home. When she mentioned that she received the new game console Xbox One as her Christmas present, it upset him because he believed that all trolls played on Xbox, and that news of her gift put him in a bad mood. After she asked him if he thought that her having an Xbox made her a troll as well, Christian clarified that he did not think so, and apologized for his emotional outburst. He then proceeded to rant about his public invisibility. On January 2nd, 2014, Chris asked Rebecca to convince his former gal pals to refriend him to solve his emotional health problems, since he felt that their lack of friendship for him was killing him. She soon forwarded an email she received that was written by a troll pretending to be Sarah Bevel. The fact that Christian thinks that anyone can somehow force Tiffany and I to be friends with him clearly shows that he has no respect for our right to choose our own friends. Despite what Christian may think, nobody wants friends forced on them. The arrangement that Tiffany and I made in high school was a unique circumstance. We willingly chose to enter into the agreement. This is yet another reason why so many people have a problem with him. Christian isn't entitled to friends. Nobody is. Friendship is something you have to work at. Christian isn't willing to put even the minimal effort into this. He doesn't want friends. He wants people to kiss his ass. Christian's idea of a friend is someone who will always be there to coddle him, feed his ego in order to make him feel better about himself. If I were you, Rebecca, I'd seriously reconsider having anything to do with Christian. Do you really want to Google your name one day, only to find out that you've become the inspiration for Christian's latest rape fantasy porn drawing? Seriously, as a friend, I'm telling you to run. Don't walk away from this. On January 4th, Christian posted about the games Pokemon X and Y, which he had been playing on his Nintendo 3DS, and shared his 3DS friends code on Facebook, and requested that when his friends sent him a friend request on the game console, that they also write their Facebook name so he could confirm who he befriended. He continued to post about his progress on the game for the next few days.
Greene County investigators are looking into the cause of a house fire early this morning. It started at about 3 o'clock this morning at a home on Branchland Court. That's in the southern part of the county. We're told the fire started in a first-floor bathroom, but got quickly out of control and eventually shot through the roof. Everybody inside was able to get out safely, but one firefighter suffered minor injuries. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
At around 2 a.m. on January 10th, a fire broke out at the Chandler home. It was later revealed that Christian was in a room adjacent to their downstairs bathroom, using a Keurig coffee maker that was powered by an extension cord leading from the bathroom. The frequent opening and closing of the bathroom door over time wore away the protective coating of the cord and caused a spark which started the fire. A call to 911 was made at 2:44. The first fire engine arrived a little over 15 minutes later, though soon the fire was growing beyond their control, and those on the scene had to request additional manpower. At around 5 a.m., the fire was still ongoing, and one firefighter, who received minor injuries, was transported to Martha Jefferson Hospital. Because of the hoarding situation at the home, the firefighters could not enter the property through either of the doors, and instead had to climb in through the windows. Chris and his mother escaped without injury, along with their dogs, Clover and Snoopy, and their cat, Lucy. Unfortunately, their cat Scamper perished due to smoke inhalation. They sought refuge in their neighbor's house, from where Chris wrote a Facebook post, published at 5:22, informing his friends and observers of what happened. He later on left a comment complaining about the large number of people clicking the like button on his misfortunate update. By around 7 a.m., the fire had been fully extinguished and all the fire trucks had returned to their bases. At around this time, Chris wrote an angry comment directed at Keurig's Facebook page, blaming their coffee maker for the house fire. The company page apparently was interested in listening to his troubles, though what exactly was privately discussed between them is unknown. Chris's Facebook friend, William Elliott Waterman, was not impressed with Chris's attitude and left a comment. "Chris, your house burned down today, and this is the first thing you do? Blame Keurig? Chris, it's no secret that house was a fire hazard. How many things were plugged into that outlet besides the Keurig machine? Chris, I'm sorry for what happened, but vengeance is the wrong attitude to have now. This could be an opportunity in disguise. You can live in a clean place and not let it turn into a cluttered mess. My heart goes out to you." Christian soon left a reply. "Into the one outlet in the downstairs bathroom. The only thing plugged into it was the Keurig brewer, and the power circuit breaker failed to auto shut down from that socket. Do the math." William then informed him that plugging in electrical appliances in the bathroom was dangerous, and that they should be plugged in there for only brief amounts of time. That evening, Rebecca forwarded an email to Chris, written by a troll pretending to be Daniel Mims, telling him that most people on the forums were good-natured people that did not mean him any harm, and that only a small fraction that was looked down upon was interested in actively trolling him. He also revealed that at that time, they were brainstorming ideas on how they could help Christian and Barbara, though they were wary of sending him money directly, since they believed that there was a possibility of him misusing the funds. The day after the fire, the Chandlers were allowed to go back home to retrieve any salvageable belongings. Chris also took this opportunity to assess the damage to his Lego high school. The fire had warped and fused many of the pieces together, irreplaceably damaging his creation. Trolls estimated that judging from the Lego sets used to build the high school, it was valued at around $1,000. He relayed to Verbeke that all of his original hand-drawn illustrations and comics were untouched by the flames, as well as the majority of his digital data. Their home insurance company, State Farm, was providing them a hotel for the time being while their house was being cleaned up and repaired. Chris later made a Facebook post requesting prayers and donations. He recommended giving him gift cards for grocery stores or restaurants, and highlighted that Burger King and McDonald's were considered a last choice since they were interested in eating good food. In addition, he had asked his church for clothing, but would also accept more from generous donators online. Based on some suggestions, he was considering starting a page on the crowdfunding website Kickstarter to raise funds for his recovery. He soon after shared a news clip which reported on the house fire. On January 16th, Chris wrote an email to an unknown Manchester High School classmate informing him that his mother believed that a so-called greedy firefighter had stolen a reproduction of a Salvador Dali painting and also her purse. 5 days later, he received some donated items from his Facebook friends William Waterman and Kenneth Engelhardt, among others, and thanked them. He announced that he had just learned that he and his mother both liked the taste of sardines after trying some of Kenneth's donated food. The next day, he wrote that apart from one gal pal, he was disappointed with the majority of his past gal pals, including Tiffany, Sarah, and Kelly, for not showing any care or compassion for him, regardless of their possibly busy or stressful individual lives. He deduced that they likely did not have a heart or soul. On January 25th, Kiwi Farms members noticed by reviewing his PlayStation Network account that he started playing his PlayStation 3 again, usually during the early hours of the morning. On the 27th, Christian notified his followers that State Farm provided them with a house to temporarily stay at as their home was being renovated. On January 29th, Christian received a big box of donations put together by members of the Kiwi Farms, which was organized by the site's administrator, Joshua Moon, also known as Null. The items inside included basic toiletries like shampoo, razors, and Dax body spray, along with some cat food and art supplies to encourage Chris's creative output. In addition, there were a few gift cards for restaurants and also a $500 money order for Barbara Chandler. Null wrote a special letter which detailed the forum users' efforts. "Hey Chris, your son and your friends have heard about the house fire, and to help you out we put together a care package as quick as we could. In a few days, 34 donated and collected over $900 towards getting this stuff out to you. Since your bathroom is where it started, I focused on buying toiletries and hygienic stuff to keep you clean and healthy as you recover from the damages. I could not spend all the money collected, so I've also included a money order for $500 that you should give to your mother. She can cash it out and buy whatever you guys need to keep chugging. Don't forget to get something nice for your pets too. I know you often feel that life is hopeless, but there's good in the world and in people. I hope this package helps you see that. No person on the internet can ever take away your right to be happy. You must find reasons to enjoy life, even when there are enemies trying to bring you down. I've included some arts and crafts to help you take your mind off things. I think your fans would really like to see what you come up with, because it's been a very long time since we've seen anything new from you. Try to create something that makes you happy and that you can be proud of. Good luck with everything, Chris. Keep hate out of your heart and look forward to each day. We will be around if you need us." After reviewing the gifts, the Chandlers felt that there was an error with the money order, so Chris went to Facebook to lodge a complaint. "Hey, Dodo Brain, thanks a lump. You did not sign the front of the money order that came in the big box. The bank is unable to do anything with it. Contact your bank or make out a new thing and US mail it to our home address." After this message, Null went to the bank to consult whether an unsigned money order could still be cashed out. The bank informed him that all the money orders came pre-signed, meaning that the person who made the money order did not need to provide their signature. Chris seemingly realized his mistake and deleted his post, writing another one in its place, in which he thanked all who donated to him and wished for the quickie to be removed forever. Christian was unusually quiet on Facebook throughout the next few months. On February 7th, he notified his friends that he went to see the Lego movie in the cinema, aided by a $7.50 coupon acquired after purchasing the tie-in PS3 game based on the movie. On the 18th, he wrote on his Nintendo Miiverse profile that he was suffering from bronchitis. On February 24th, his 32nd birthday, 2 previously unseen videos were leaked on the Kiwi Farms. First was his message to Cole Smithy's brother-in-law, John Kyle, and the other was his rendition of the song Hello My Baby, as performed in the 1955 animated short film One Froggy Evening. It appears to have been filmed sometime in summer 2013.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my money. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you lose me. And you have to load, oh baby, telephone and tell me I'm your own. You call me on the telephone. You tell me that you're all alone. I know that you're lying to your teeth, you dirty rascal. How could you expect me to believe the lies you had me? You've been out with a gun. You broke my heart, you made me cry with every phony alibi. When I could see the lipstick on your shirt, you dirty polecat. Telephone me and tell me I'm your own.
At around this time, Christian finished rebuilding his Lego replica of Manchester High School by using a combination of old, fire-damaged pieces and new blocks from recently purchased Lego sets. He also made some extensions to his building. In addition, he used some of the heavily fire-distorted Legos to create an abstract sculpture, which he dubbed Billboard Person from Melting Chaos. In early March, a Kiwi Farms user posted a selection of photos that they took of Chris's house. They showed that the windows had been boarded up and a tarp covered the roof. In addition, a large dumpster next to the house was noticed. On March 2nd, Chris wrote an entry on the Wesley Memorial United Methodist Church's website, thanking the church for their efforts in helping his family after the fire. Also in the first week of March, according to Marvin, former PVCC troll and one of the moderators of the Kiwi Farms, Chris attempted to shoplift at consumer electronics store Best Buy. Marvin allegedly had a friend who worked as a security guard at the retailer who spotted Chris stuffing items inside his shirt. When he was confronted by a security guard, he dropped all the items he was carrying onto the floor and ran out the store. Chris apparently saw this post and attempted to defend himself via a Facebook post. He confirmed that he went to Best Buy on March 6th. He revealed that in addition to the Lego Movie game for PS3, which he had purchased to acquire the coupon for the cinema ticket, he bought another copy of the game at Best Buy to get a free collectible figurine of one of the characters from the movie. He wrote that he put the figurine into his jacket pocket, and an employee of the store, who he described as an excitable black woman, could validate his purchase if asked. Kim claimed that she saw him in the store, and that he was in fact caught stealing. The following day, he made another post, sharing information which he received from a troll who was apparently pretending to be Megan Schroeder's brother. He claimed that trolls from the image board site 4chan had in their possession security camera footage of Chris attempting to shoplift and also sexually pleasuring men with his hands behind the Best Buy dumpster. They planned to release the footage during the week. The leaker also provided a link to the quick image board on the site 888chan, where trolls discussed Chris and sometimes devised trolling plans. All of this information given to Chris was fake. On April 5th, a user of the website Reddit spotted Chris at the retailer Target and took his photo. At around the same time, a Kiwi Farms user, Skyraider, received a batch of 60 photos from an unknown source of the Chandler's house. The pictures showed large amounts of disposable items laid outside the front of the house. One picture taken from the side clearly showed a large hole in the roof, which was covered up with a tarp. On April 16th, he wrote an email to Kim Wilson because he thought his face was creepy and scary and felt like it was the reason for his failing in his search for a girlfriend. Kim informed him that his face was not so much of a problem as his features that he could control and manage. She mentioned that his hair looked messy, which might throw off some women. She blamed him for being discouraged too quickly by rejection, and that his so-called love quest was more like a love wait, because he mainly waited for women to try to approach him. 3 days later, Chris wrote to her about a new trick which he could pull off with his body. I have reached from behind and under and pulled my penis and literally stretched it to being wedged between the middle of my butt crack. I could push the head into the hole, but it was really smelly there, and I have just bathed. And while stretched, the balls can remain tucked in, and I can walk like this. It is that long! And to take a cocky opportunity, you and a lot of women around here and wherever, not counting the Cherokee woman, are really missing out. Thank you for listening and keeping it confidential. On second thought, I give you permission to only tell other women about it, only if you feel it valid for the conversation. Another 3 days later, he refuted her comments that he had made the moves on Megan and the wallflower and got rejected. He said that he had no moves, and that his new method of tucking in his penis helped him because he did not like looking at it, and compared it to an ugly growth. On the topic of his hair, Kim suggested that he could treat his hair like in the example photos she provided. One was a still of Italian-American model and actor Fabio, shirtless. She added that some of her transgender friends also performed penis tucking. In response, Chris told her that he could not afford to get fancy treatments for his hair. He realized that some transgender people might do that as well, and asked Kim if her transgender friends had any tricks for attracting women. She emphasized again that normally women do not approach men, and that if he didn't try, then he wouldn't succeed. On May 6th, Chris wrote an email apparently replying to Kim's request of making a list of positive and negative traits about himself. He added an in-between column for items he could not categorize. Here, he confessed that he saw himself as a lesbian-identified male, and that he firmly believed that he had been a lesbian woman in his past life, and his autism was punishment for that life. Under positives, his list included compassionate, artistic, imaginative, and cool with lesbians and trannies, but would not date one who had had a gender change operation. He believed that the rainbow was a symbol of unity, and really hated the gay males for destroying the rainbow in the name of their own ways. Under negatives, he listed autism, occasional retardation, a lot of things being his fault, paranoia, and feeling like he was losing his mind. As he continued to put his trust in his supposed online friends at this troublesome time in his life, they for the most part did their best to help. Christian's relaxed nature led to him revealing more secret truths about himself, and when encouraged, he thought more about who he was, and was coming ever closer to solving his inner confusion and coming to terms with who he felt he truly was.